far, the biggest failure in the entire movie is not the characters or the plot or the setting or the mood or the cinematography. It's the fact that David Yates managed to create this movie without a climax. Yeah, you heard me. There is no Battle of the Astronomy Tower in this movie. You know, the Battle of the Astronomy Tower, right? It's the scene where after Dumbledore's been killed by Snape, you know, the Dumbledore's army and the Order of the Phoenix come, and the Death Eaters come, and they have this huge epic battle, and the Carrows are there, and all of this stuff is going on, and in the midst of it, Harry's trying to find Snape to get him and everything, and it's so exciting. There's none of that. Literally what happens is Dumbledore is shot, Harry chases Snape down the hill, and there's literally 2 seconds where Snape's like, "I'm the Half-Blood Prince, haha, goodbye." And that's it. There's no battle, and the worst part of all is the fact that the whole movie builds to a climax, builds to a big battle like the 5th movie did, like the 6th book did, and yet that's it. There's definitely, like, I understood where he was coming from. He didn't want to get the Battle of Hogwarts and the Battle of the Astronomy Tower mixed up, like he's assuming we're really stupid, but it's frustrating because there's no action. You see his body falling through the air in, obviously, in uber slow-mo, and then Harry's like, "I'm gonna get you, Snape," and the Death Eaters are burning Hagrid's hut at this point, which I don't know if that happens in the book, and Snape just beats Harry back and blah blah blah, tells him he's a Half-Blood Prince and just leaves, and Harry's like, "What the fuck?" And that's it. That was probably the biggest fail in the whole movie, and I was really angry. That's the part that really pissed me off more than any.
Ugh.
There were several what the fuck moments, and these are more the small little details that you just didn't get and you didn't understand that kind of, interrupted the flow of the movie. One of these is at the very beginning. Harry's sitting in a diner reading The Prophet. He's in a Muggle diner, so the waitress who's serving him does not know what he's talking about when he's talking about. Well, he wasn't talking really much, but she's like, "I could have sworn that picture moved so you could tell she was Muggle." But he starts flirting with her and making these eyes with her, and it was just so awkward. And it was like, why are you adding this? I understand if you wanted to add the attack at the Burrow because it had a little bit of mood significance, but this just doesn't make sense. You might as well have just had him sitting in the train station waiting for Dumbledore, because that, made absolutely no sense to me. So, what the fuck? I must admit, I was not really that much of a fan of the 2 memory scenes that are in the movie. The first one, first of all, before I say anything, I have to give props to the actor that was really, really little Voldemort, because he was creepy as all hell, and that was the way it was supposed to be, and I hope that kid gets an acting career because he was great. But the memory scenes as a whole, I think it's because the first one we saw as a trailer by itself, so we already knew what most of it was. But, there were still a couple of things that, what am I even saying? I'm rambling. Oh my god. Excuse me. They skipped the Gaunt memory, and I thought that was a significant one that they had skipped over, because a main theme that goes throughout the Half-Blood Prince is the Amortentia, the love potion stuff, and the Merope Gaunt story is supposed to be a parallel between the use of the love potion in their time and how it led to her downfall and to Voldemort being abandoned at an orphanage, and how nowadays, it's creating all this ridiculous obsession that doesn't really mean anything. And I did not like how the memories were cut down. The whole bunch of memories were cut down to 2, and I thought that was absurd. The biggest what the hell moment was the ending. The ending, it's after the funeral and Harry knows what he has to do. He has his mission all set up for him, and now he's ready to go do it. It was David Yates' typical three main characters looking off into the sunset, wondering what's going to happen next. Pretty much from Dumbledore's death on, the whole movie was a what the hell moment. The ending was terrible. My overall grade for this movie is a C+, because it is very entertaining. It is very fast-paced without being too fast-paced. Most of the fails come from the dire inaccuracies. But other than that, it was okay, so I gave it the average rating. I will, however, entertainment-wise, put it as one of the better movies. I think Prisoner of Azkaban and Sorcerer's Stone will forever be my favorites, but it's up there now, so we'll see how the next two movies go. And with that, I'm going to end it there. See you next time. Is summer over yet?